When I was writing my book, I knew that some people would have profound experiences when they received the book. I intuitively knew it based upon the experiences that I was having while writing the book and the experiences that I'd had in the past with other books. And sure enough, when I released my book, that began to happen. And what I want to share with you is the most profound experience thus far. Check it out. So wait, the book, we met in 2020. 2 years later, he receives my book.
I just happened to open the page, and my girlfriend at the time, she was like, wait a minute. She knew this woman that was in the book.
And this is not a coincidence.
Now the question is, who is Nikki? Why is she in my book?
And this is not a coincidence.
December 18, 2010, sleep paralysis, false starts, the arc of a million years, divine barks, and meta spiritual devices. All right, so what is the meta spiritual device? This body is the meta spiritual device. It is a piece of equipment that most people don't know how to use. All right. It is a distiller of the soul. It is the arc of a million years. It is divine bark. All right. The question is, when you have magical, unbelievable, amazing things happen, how can you confirm it? How do you confirm things? Well, how can I confirm the events that I talk about in this book? My name is TutemRa. I'm here with my brother Ja. You know what I mean?
What's up, man?
And I want to take this time to talk about my book here and the mysterious coincidences that happens sometimes to some people when they receive my book.
One time it's an incidence.
You know, it has to do with sleep paralysis and astral projection, and it also has to do with what we all need to do. We need to submit ourselves to self-imposed discipline, and part of that self-imposed discipline is changing our mindset.
Twice is a coincidence.
Instead of being in our lower nature, chasing the pleasures of the of our senses, once we can stop doing that and we can focus on something that's greater, other doors might open. I mean, I claim to have been Emmett in a past life.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
345 is a pattern.
And also Tutankhaten, King Tut. I mean,
one time it's an incidence.
It's a feeling, right? I know it to be true, but how can it get beyond the knowingness that's beyond me?
Twice is a coincidence.
Are there things that can happen that can confirm it? Is there a scientific method?
345 is a pattern. Can you tell the difference?
Well, let me take you down a journey. Let me give you a little bit of confirmation from what you might say, God, source. So, in 2018, my past life of Emmett comes, and I begin to tell everyone. 2 years later, my past life from ancient Kemet comes, and I begin to tell everyone, but I also immediately start writing this book. I start writing this book. But my life as King Tut came on April 4th of 2020. However, 3 days later, Baba Kalindi Iyi dies. And that takes me, I write about it in my book. I talk about the one time I met him and who he is and why I crossed paths with him. After he passes, they have a psychedelic conference in Detroit. And so, because of who he is, who Baba Kalindi was and still is, because we're never gone, I decided I would go to this convention. And because they were honoring him there, I decided to go. And when I got there, I met a lot of people. I told them my story. Because of the environment, more people than usual were receptive to reincarnation. But there was one brother that I met who, him and I linked, we clicked immediately. Now the question is, who is Nikki? Why is she in my book?
What I remember when I got the book, it was like, yo, like, he was telling me he was working on this, and I'm just looking at it, going through when I got it.
He was also a trainer. He lived in Atlanta. He was born a Christian, but he had been studying, he had been researching, he had been thinking.
And when him and I met, I began to tell him my story, and he was one of the few people who immediately, he was open to it. And he, for the lack of better words, he believed it.
After telling me your story, I was like, yeah, man, you know, I kind of believed, like, I was open to anything, you know, at that time, just from how I was led to that conference. And someone to walk with the conviction that that you walk with. And I think that's what really kind of drew me to your story, was that, like, yo, I got this and I believe it. I know it. It's not about belief. It's like, I know it. I am the reincarnation of Emmett Till and King Tut, and it came to me this way, in a way that aligns with all these things. And now I'm getting all this vision of codes and alignment of not just who I am, but just other things that have nothing to do with me, but also has to do with the collection of us, of all of us.
But it's not about meeting him here. Continue to listen. It's about what happened 2 years later when he purchased this book. See?
It was like, cool, that's a cool brother. I'm gonna stay up with him. You know, from here on, and I'm definitely want to see and hear about this book, because you were talking about the book before.
Yeah, I was writing the book.
It was really before you started manifesting.
Yeah.
Like you were getting everything that you had to do.
In April, I had the revelation. So April, May, June, July, August. I was still compiling all of the events, the coincidences.
One time is an incidence, twice is a coincidence, 3, 4, 5 is a pattern. Can you tell the difference?
And during the close of our conversation, he told me a bee had landed on my feather. And I said, well, if I'm supposed to get stung by a bee, then I'll be stung. But then he said, wait, it's not a bee, it's a beetle. And I said, it's a beetle?
And this is not a coincidence.
As we were ending our build, you looked and you said, there's a bee.
Yeah, I thought it was a bee, but then I looked again, I was like, no, that's a beetle. That's a beetle.
All right, so I'm talking to a brother Justin just now, and guess who lands on my feather?
If you read my book and you read my experiences that I've had with beetles, and my name being Keperu.
Because in my previous life, my name was Neb Keperu Ra.
Yo, so just so I have witnesses, didn't this beetle just fly around and just fly into my hand?
One time is an incidence.
Imhotep, TutemRa. I'm here with my brother Emmett. I'm here selling my book. I only got one book left on 125th Street. And I meet this brother, and I'm telling him my story. He's a veteran. We're both veterans. And I ask him his name, and he says, Emmett. And I say, Emmett? And then he goes to tell me that he believes in reincarnation.
Twice is a coincidence.
So listen, I know I was alive. This beetle, I'm telling my story. If the beetle been on my hand, this beetle, Money Green, he said. I was murdered in Money, Mississippi.
3, 4, 5 is a pattern. Can you tell the difference?
So tell me, what happened just now, y'all? What happened?
We were talking and the green beetle just came out of nowhere.
This green beetle in my hand just came. It flew around, right? Did it fly into my hand?
Yeah.
I put my hand out and it flew into my hand, right? There you go. Go ahead. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, beetle. Oh shit! They're not in New York like that. It's me right there. God damn. That's just a message. Look at that right there. Oh my goodness. Now listen. Beetles represent reincarnation and resurrection.
And this is not a coincidence.
Listen, my book is confirmation for itself. TutemRa, the Prophecy of Reincarnation 2022, Star Codes of Immortality, the Hip Hop Bible. As I stand here in front of Apollo, you know, Apollo is the Greek version of Haru, the one that returns. Peace.
I'll go back one more time. This is my spirit animal, my spirit insect.
It was a confirmation.
It's like confirmation, and it was at the close of the convo. We was already dapped up, and then you give me some words to leave off, and I caught that moment, and then it's like, all right, well, let's record this moment.
I asked him to record it, and as he recorded it, I I began to speak, and I said that the beetle was just confirming that everything that I said to him was true.
All he is doing is confirming that everything that I've said to my brother is true. And this is not a coincidence.
And then I said, when time is an incidence, twice is a coincidence, 3, 4, 5 is a pattern. Can you tell the difference?
One time is an incidence, twice is a coincidence, 3, 4, 5 is a pattern. Can you tell the difference?
So he buys my book in 2022. He receives it on July 7th of 2022. And what happens?
So wait, the book, we met in 2020. 2 years later, he receives my book.
I just happened to open the page, and my girlfriend at the time, she was like, wait a minute. She knew this woman that was in the book.
And this is not a coincidence.
And she opens to page 189. And she sees a woman on a page.
One time is an incidence,
And to her surprise, she knows the woman.
twice is a coincidence,
She had done a movie with her.
3, 4, 5 is a pattern. Can you tell the difference?
She worked with her before in film, and it's just one of those things to where she's like, yo, I know her, and it was a film about ancient deities and goddesses.
And this is not a coincidence.
The movie was named Goddess, and the woman in the book, she had played the lead role. What are the chances of that?
Just those little things like that that are in alignment, and then he has a whole story with this woman.
I meet a guy in Detroit in 2020. I tell him my story. He believes it. We follow each other. He buys my book. 2 years later, he receives it. His girlfriend walks through the door, randomly opens the book. She sees a woman she did a movie with. And the woman named Nikki here, she played the lead role. Now the question is, who is Nikki? Why is she in my book? Now see, this is a lesson as we begin to go through a journey and we begin to transform and detox all the impurities out of our mind, our soul, and our actions, and we begin to cleanse ourselves and be better. These things came from me cleansing myself from my actions and my thoughts and my habits, the way that I treated females. Who is this woman that ended up in my book? Who is she? Well,
December of 2010, there was a woman named Nikki who I knew on Facebook. I had never met her, and we were friends on Facebook, but we weren't friends. We didn't speak very often. She was just someone, you know how when Facebook was first starting, you would just have friends. You didn't know them. You didn't always communicate with them all the time. You just accumulated friends. And so she was a friend that I had on Facebook. Didn't know her. So in December, though, I get a message from her. And apparently she's stranded in New York. And she doesn't know anyone in New York, and she needs a place to stay. And so now, as you can see the picture of her, she's not an ugly woman. She's a very pretty woman. Very nice physique. And as you can see in the book here, that I let her stay in my apartment. I lived in a studio apartment. I had a queen size bed. I let her sleep on one side of the bed and I slept on the other. And I did not touch her because I have 3 sisters. I have a mother. I have a grandmother. I have aunts. I have cousins. And if they were in a situation like that, I would have wanted them to have a safe place to stay. So because of that, I did not touch this woman. I definitely wondered if she was really stuck. Those thoughts came to my mind. Was she stranded? Did she like me? I didn't know, but I said that I will not put my hand across that side of the bed. If she don't come over, I'm not going to touch her. And I didn't touch her. But that night.
but something happened that night. Something happened that night.
Was that a test? Did the ancestors put this woman in a bed next to me to see what I would do? And because I didn't do anything at all, I was able to break free from sleep paralysis and see a different potential of the metaphysical device.
So now this is in 2010, and my grandfather died in 2009, and this is what sparked me to changing, to cleansing myself, to changing the way I thought about the world and the way that I navigated relationships with females. And so this woman was stranded in New York and she needed a place to stay. I let her stay, but something happened that night. Something happened that night.
So that night that this woman stayed in my bed, that I let a woman stay in my bed, and I didn't touch her was the night that I had the most profound experience of sleep paralysis.
Because prior to that, when I'd had sleep paralysis, I'd never been able to move. However, and I had never experienced what I saw the night that this woman was in my bed. And so I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't move in sleep paralysis.
If you can imagine waking up and you can't move, and you see hovering above you a sphere of light, a ball, a sphere with lightning, light and electricity just emitting from it.
It's a circle and it's emitting electricity. I'm sitting there in the bed, in the dark. There's this circle, a sphere, electricity shooting from it. And I can't move. And I'm trying to break free. And all of a sudden, I break free with my left hand and I swing at it.
Right? It was the first time that I ever broke free of sleep paralysis, and I swung at it. And it darted off to the side of the bed that she was on. And that was the first time that I ever broke from sleep paralysis.
That's what happened the night that that woman slept in my bed. And as I would continue my journey, I would begin to learn more. I would begin to meditate. I would become a massage therapist, which would bring me into the realm of healing the body and Tai Chi. And I would begin to have different types of magical experiences. And I would meditate. And I would have experiences where I would see, when sleep paralysis happens, there are different stages of it that you can wake up in, and there's a certain stage that you can get to where your whole body is vibrating. So as I begin to experience meditation and massage, I begin to question that phase of sleep paralysis, and I begin to contemplate about that. And then I began to, in my meditations, try to draw on that feeling that I would get when I was in sleep paralysis, and I was able to do that. And I was able to use that to separate from my physical body and to astral project. So what happened the night that woman stayed in my bed? What happened the night when I gave that woman a safe space to sleep?
But when I think about that, you have to question what really happened that night. Because the previous times I had sleep paralysis, I couldn't move. Was that a test? Did the ancestors put this woman in the bed next to me to see what I would do? And because I didn't do anything at all, I was able to break free from sleep paralysis and see a different potential of the metaphysical device, which years later I would take the sleep paralysis state and I would bridge it into astral projection. So you don't get anything in this life unless you earn it, all right? And man's downfall, our number one downfall, is our mistreatment of the divine feminine energy on this planet. And my journey has to do with how I changed in my treatment of the female on this planet. That was my biggest gate I had to walk through, was the changing how I treated females on this planet. And it's interesting when you think about the past life of Emmett Till, all right? What happened to Emmett Till just for whistling to a woman on this planet?
Your life is not about this moment. You reap and you sow. So you do things, and then later on you'll see how what you did manifests in your life. That's why you got to keep going in life, because you never know what's around the bend. Never give up. Keep moving forward. Perhaps I activated something, my astral suit. And say like, okay, you've earned the right to move around down there, right? So all I know is that many people have told me things about what happens when they open this book. This book is a chronological tale of my life and how I eventually realized past lives, and then because of the life that I lived, I was able to tie it back.
1 time is an incidence, twice is a coincidence, 3, 4, 5 is a pattern. Can you tell the difference?
My name is TutemRa. In my most recent past life, my name was Emmett Lewis Till. In my most ancient past life, my name was Tutankhaten, also known as King Tut. Not just books, I also wrote it down in a book. I wrote my story down in a book, in the most profound book of synchronicity, numerology, astrology, dreams, astral projection, ghosts, past lives you'll ever see. Purchase my book today. If you're on TikTok, click the link in my description, in my bio, and purchase my book.
With that said, I'm going to close and Shem Em Hotel. My brother.
And then bring it to me. Is the video in? All right, so I'm talking to a brother Justin just now, and guess who lands on my feather?
Go back one more time.
This is my spirit animal, my spirit insect, because in my previous life, my name was Neb Keperu Ra. All he is doing is confirming that everything that I've said to my brother is true. And this is not a coincidence. One time is an incidence, twice is a coincidence, 3, 4, 5 is a pattern. Can you tell the difference?